Howdy, the Unlikely Yank here. I'm going to share with you a few passages. This is a post that Karen episode when my roommate Lynn bowed out. He chickened out. So here we go. One evening, I missed dinner at JMac, so I tunneled deep into my meager allowance, which I earned as a teaching assistant in my printmaking class, and splurged on a meal from a local Chinese restaurant located 1 block from the campus. The dimly lit restaurant was of Cantonese origin and served acculturated Chinese food, the type that suited the palate of a broader audience. I sat down on the taped-up faux leather seat and thumbed through the yellowing lemonade menu. "What would you like to drink?" the owner waitress asked. "Tea," I replied. "Do you speak Chinese?" the waitress asked. "Yes." And in Cantonese, she asked, "Do you speak Cantonese?" And I replied in Cantonese, "No, I speak Mandarin." The majority of Chinese restaurants in the Midwest were owned and operated by Cantonese families from Hong Kong who catered to the regional palate. In typical family-owned Chinese restaurants, the owner, usually the patriarch, would cook, while the wife doubled as cashier and waitstaff. Not having met many Asians in Denver, the boss lady was delighted by my presence. No sooner than I finished the egg drop soup covered in a thin layer of fluffy egg whites, a most unlikely dining companion entered the restaurant. "Hey, Karen." I recognized the freshman instantly. "Oh, hi, John." Karen showed only mild enthusiasm in her greeting. "Why don't you join me?" I offered. "Sure." Not wanting to be rude, Karen sat down in the taped-up leatherette seat across from me. Like Cynthia, Karen bore the essence of an American-born Asian. Unlike Cynthia, who spoke English with a Hawaiian twang, Karen spoke with a Texas drawl. Physically toned and well-endowed, Karen was popular with jocks on campus. "Do you come here often?" I couldn't think of a bigger cliche. "Sometimes, when I miss dinner at JMac." "Where's your roommate?" I was far more interested in the blonde. "Jamie has class tonight," Karen answered nonchalantly. The boss lately approached. "Hi, Karen, good to see you again." Apparently, this wasn't Karen's first visit to this dive. And the lady asked in Cantonese, "What are you having?" Karen responded, "Mushroom chicken," in fluent Cantonese. I was shocked. "What the?" "You two look good together," the boss lately commented and headed for the kitchen. Karen ignored the comment. Completely surprised at Karen's Cantonese linguistic ability, I asked the obvious question. "You speak Cantonese?" "Yes, my parents are from Hong Kong, and my dad insisted that we learn the mother tongue while growing up." Wild. Why would a second-generation American want to be burdened with cultural baggage that first-generation immigrants like myself so desperately wanted to discard? "Not really. My parents spoke mainly Cantonese at home," Karen replied nonchalantly, scrolling down the single-page menu. "How about you?" she asked. "My family was from Taiwan." I began to share my background, only to be interrupted by Karen. "I knew it. I could tell from your accent." Well, I was 15 when we moved to Hawaii. Before I could continue with my story, the boss lately arrived with our dinner. A fog of awkward silence suffused the dimly lit restaurant. The owner's son, about 8 years old, sat behind the cash register, patiently waiting to go home. "So what are you studying?" "Electrical engineering," another concise reply. My relentless effort finally hit its boundary, so I concluded with one parting remark. "Why don't you bring Jamie to CSA movie night next Friday?" Of course, that's if you're not too busy clubbing. "Well, why don't you ask her yourself?" Karen snapped at me. I was uncertain whether Karen disliked me or if she was just an unpleasant person. What do you guys think?